So tonight is the Designer's Choice Fashion Preview hosted by actress Meagan Good. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me.
So tonight's show benefits the Timmons Art Foundation, and they implement arts and music programs into schools, extracurricular activities. And seeing as, you started out as such a young actress, how important is access to fine arts education for a young person?
It's hugely important. I mean, for me, it was everything. I think a lot of kids, they excel differently in school, and sometimes if you don't excel a certain way, you're made to feel as if you're not smart, as smart as the other kids, or just made to feel insecure or uncomfortable. And for me, art was something that I could have ownership over, and I could, kind of grow and create and feel good about myself and express myself. And it definitely, I would say without a doubt, saved me,
And a lot of these young people, they want to do exactly what you do. They want to be actors, singers, entertainers.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a young person trying to break into the industry now?
I would say number one thing is ask God about it first, because for me personally, and I believe this is just the way it is, when you have that confirmation from God that you're going in the right direction, there's no way that you can lose. Everything else is just, a bump in the road, part of the process, failure until you succeed. And that gave me a lot of confidence in knowing that I was going the right direction, even though I faced a lot of rejection. I faced, times where it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, or, even now I have things that I want to do that I haven't accomplished yet, but I know that I will. And then besides that, I would say, persevere, have endurance, have a positive attitude. The biggest thing is your perception and your mentality of everything that happens. If you look at the positive side of it and you look at the silver lining, then you'll feel better inside and you'll be able to get more done and be able to just keep moving forward, period. Versus when you perceive the negative, it really makes you feel hopeless and like, it's not going to happen. So I would say that. And I would say rejection happens a lot, so be prepared and be okay with it and don't take it personal.
But things seem to be going well with you. I mean,
Yeah.
you're so successful. You've been in the industry for a while. What's been your favorite role to play thus far?
Oh my gosh, I think Eve's Bayou was my first favorite role, and I think it's because it at that time in my life, it felt like the first time someone had really given me a chance to show that I was capable of more than what I had been allowed to. I had done a lot of commercials at that point, 1 and 2 speaking lines here and there, but I didn't really have an opportunity to dramatically act and all that. And so I think that's probably my favorite one thus far. I think the next one is yet to come.
Okay. So considering some of the roles that you've played now, like Jumping the Broom,
Right.
your role in The Game,
Right.
I feel like you played some sexier roles,
Right.
transitioning from that young age to, your adulthood.
Yeah.
And with that sexiness and, you recently married a preacher, you're very strong in your faith. How do you find that balance? How do you decide what's okay for you?
It's interesting because I started off as a child actor. So initially it was that stage of, I'm 19, I'm 20 years old, like I need you to see that I'm a woman, I'm grown, and all that kind of stuff. So initially it was kind of putting on the sex appeal as a young woman and saying, I'm grown now. And then it went from that to, kind of the frustration of always getting put in a box to only play the sexy girl, only play the best friend, or only play this. But at the end of the day, I was appreciative because I was a working actor, and it's very hard to be that, especially a working black actor, especially a black woman. So I was thankful to God to have the opportunity, but I definitely was ready to grow and do something different. And, now it's like I still kind of straddle the fence. I do different things. I like, a character like Parker in The Game. I love that, you look at her and you say, okay, this woman is having an affair, shame on her, and I agree with that. But you got to see on the flip side that she also was being emotionally abused at home. She also was going through things that didn't make it right at all, but there was complexity to who she was. And I love playing characters that are not perfect and characters that, have behavior that we can all relate to in any season in our life. And that to me is what real acting is. If I play a saint and everything, that's just really boring, So for me, how I find what's right is I just trust my heart, trust my spirit. If I'm not sure about something, I'll pray about it. If God says no, then I won't do it. God says yes to a lot of things that I think some people are like, but why would you do that? And, I speak to him every day about everything. And you know, not everyone's gonna understand your path, but as long as you're in tune with him, it's your path. So.
Okay, and for my last question, we see you in, you know, all these, you know, amazing roles. We know who you are on screen, but what do you want us to know about Meagan? I mean, I follow you on Instagram, you know, I see you with your silly videos, hitting
Right.
the nay-nay. What do you want us to know about you?
Gee, no, the fact that I said G says it all. I'm really goofy and really corny. I guess you could say I'm the person who tells a joke and everyone goes, no. Stop. My sister can vouch for that. And let's see. I guess, I don't know. I feel like I have a big heart, and I just want to do my part to make the world better. And I dream big, but I believe that those are the people who really do change the world. So.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
No.
Okay. Okay, we're good. Thank you.